same time.
Time is this thing if you're
getting doesn't change.
Pressure's on. Come on, Dad. What are you thinking? Come on, Dad. Do better. Bad parking. Yeah, I did on accident. Is that Dad? Ridiculous. It's not the vibe. Aaron's gotta get the workout in, bro. Always on his grind. See this? Like, does this count as like an event? Like a check mark for us? No. It's just overall a bit more of a, that gives us a little bit more of a narrative thrust, don't you think? See, this is not going to turn out well.
A while ago we made this video called I'm Pretty Excited for Tenet, which was a terrible title for a video about us taking a trip to Washington Island. This week we made another video called Smash Like If You Live in Wisconsin.
Your phone doesn't snap off. All right, Kieran, you're going to jump in the lake today. How do you feel?
All right.
Does that rabbit look cold outside today? Kieran, what are your expectations?
Not to die. I don't want to die. I'm feeling really cold, you know, everywhere.
Kind of just hoping I don't go in shock.
Well, I'm hoping my testicles freeze.
I would have jumped, but I was getting to that age where I might get mistaken for a sturgeon, so I thought that wasn't worth the risk.
Alright, fellas, our first group of fellas up there on the count. 3, 2, 1.
Survive, but as soon as I got in, my contacts, I couldn't open my eyes, so I didn't know where I was going at first.
Well, the worst part of it was the feet, like my feet.
And my dad asked me, why isn't the Polar Plunge video a documentary short? And it made me think, why isn't the Polar Plunge video a documentary short? Especially considering that something like the Washington Island video was a documentary short. Which prompted me to think, what even is a documentary short? We gave a definition for a documentary short in the very first documentary short. Vlogging is lame. This is a documentary short, which is basically the same thing except more pretentious and overall better. And we've sort of been refining that definition ever since, but not even necessarily verbally refine it, just with the way we make these things and what we define as what goes into the overall story and what does not.
No,
I gotta go to the trash can.
Kobe.
What was it?
Well,
No, there was wind.
we have this playlist on YouTube that has every single documentary short in it, and to me that's the documentary short story right there. So really what's happening is there are just a lot of videos that are close to qualifying but don't for whatever reason. Here are a few criteria that Kieran and I came up with. Number 1, longer than 2 minutes. How short it must be is still kind of up in the air. At least in part be unscripted documentation of life. Number 4, if it has documentary short in the title, it automatically qualifies. There's no arguments to be had there. Number 5, and most importantly, it must contribute substantively to the overall documentary short story, which I don't feel like that Washington Island video really did. Graham's video.
Welcome to Amro. I'm here with my grandma, and we're gonna take you on a tour of the city of Amro. There's an island.
See the whole town?
Yeah, and people live on the island.
I bet they don't get many trick-or-treaters.
No, they don't, because you have to walk all the way over here. This is the 1997 state championships where the Amro Foxes won the state championship. Let's take a better video. There's the cheese house. Oh, there's somebody's Mountain Dew. Here's the Amro Historical Society. Very big building. Small town post office people, they're really nice.
Exactly. We still get happy faces and friendly service here.
Yes. This is the new pool. Next we'll show you the old Amro pool. If you were standing here about 20 years ago, you'd be probably at the bottom of a pool.
Yes, you would. The water is
Here we are at the dam.
One of the more scenic rides on a bicycle.
Yes. Sometimes in the spring, the trails like to flood. The carp will kind of flow from one side to the other side. Some people bring their crazy dogs. Peeing on camera. So here we're gonna conclude our tour of Amro, Wisconsin. It's a wonderful place to live with many interesting locations to visit and be outside in nature.
My primary reason for including the Washington Island video as a documentary short in the first place was that it was referenced by the Devil's Lake video. Hopefully this doesn't turn out like the last vlog I made and I just quit halfway through.
Everybody look.
So this is kind of the way that we build narrative with the documentary shorts, is by referencing each other. So when you bring footage or talk about the title of another video, they kind of build up across on top of each other to point towards something. And I don't even know what that something is, because it's not traditional narrative structure where there's narrative ties between them, and we talked about this in the existential crisis video where it's like narrative ties are not necessarily the most important thing.
It just doesn't have the connective tissue in between sequences. Life doesn't really work that way.
But again, it's that type of thing where it's like you want to feel the flow of the story, and I haven't entirely figured out what that is yet, but that's kind of what I'm reaching for. The problem is that you can't just disqualify the Washington Island video now, because if I did, all the numbers would get screwed up. Number 7 would have to be 6, number 8 would be 7, number 9 would be 10, or 10 would be 9. It just doesn't work. What you can do is make this video that we're making now and insert it into the number 6 spot. Everything continues to build on itself. As soon as you start doing this, as soon as you start building documentary shorts which reference other documentary shorts which do the same thing, which build towards a bigger understanding of a narrative that we don't really sure what it is, as soon as you do that, there's no possible way you could comprehensively figure out all the connections that happen between these things. So just for example, if this video does go in at spot number 6, there's kind of a existential crisis video effect happening.
Unless you're watching this that I'm recording right now, and I'm putting this at the front, and then you're hearing this before you actually end up watching that part, but that...
If you watch this ahead of everything else that happens, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, it's almost like it's foreshadowing documentary shorts that haven't happened yet. And at the same time, sort of laying out the rules for what a documentary short is.
Ja, už jsem jich, tak to znamená, že jsem úplně jsem jich Alge.
Stay there, it's gonna look cooler if you stay there for a while.
Oh, did you melt? You should let me see you melt! Outside. Oh yes, yes. Oh my gosh. The igloo was like getting so... Oh man! Do that again. Oh yeah, keep going. Okay, this is not interesting anymore. Let's check on the bowl. The bowl is not filling up anymore. My hair looks absurd.
You got a shovel? You got the...
It's a snow angel.
This is the setup right here. So setup belongs at the beginning. But I'm making this video at number 26. You can't divide it into first act, second act, third act because, with every documentary short that's added to the whole sequence, those boundaries change. So, for example, if the most pretentious documentary short at this point in time is the break into the third act, the more documentary shorts that we add to the end, the more that video gets pushed towards the middle and becomes more like the halfway point, but if we do enough of these things, it ends up actually being the break into 2. So like, the more videos you add, the more all these videos get shifted towards first act. So this video right here, even though we haven't made more videos, I'm putting back in the first act anyways. And that's the whole point. The documentary short story is ongoing. This is a movie about circles.
Here, keep going backwards.
That looks really cool, actually.
It's so weird to look at this without it, like... I think this is the first I've ever vlogged in an actual airport.